the legends revive. Welcome to the IzzyVerse, where the panels break and the stories burst. First appearance, history made. Slam it, grade it, immortal pain. IzzyVerse, canon forged in a universe cursed. From golden to modern, the story survives through the bleed of the page. It stays alive. Flip that spec, pump and dump dreams. Holy grail whispers, tear at the seams. Market spikes in the rumor mill's breath. Crossovers ink the line of death. Footnotes trace the collector's code. White pages pure in a mylar hold. Investment grade, sealed in a tomb, but the panels still scream, they boom. Back issue fire, collector's sin. Every variant cover pulls you back in. Welcome to the IzzyVerse, where the panels break and the stories burst. First appearance, history made. Slam it, grade it, immortal pain. IzzyVerse, canon forged in a universe cursed. From golden to modern, the story survives through the bleed of the page. It stays alive. Flip it, press it, spec it, grade it. Canon's eternal, you can't escape it. KSU, Arc eternal, bleed through you. Welcome to the IzzyVerse, where the panels break and the stories burst. First appearance, history made. Slam it, grade it, immortal pain. IzzyVerse, canon forged in a universe cursed. From golden to modern, the story survives through the bleed of the page. It stays alive. Flip it, press it, spec it, grade it. Canon's eternal, you can't escape it. KSU, Arc eternal, bleed through you. Welcome to the IzzyVerse, where the panels break and the stories burst. First appearance, history made. Slam it, grade it, immortal. Welcome to the IzzyVerse, canon forged in a universe cursed. From golden to modern, the story survives through the bleed of the page. It stays alive. It's more than a run. It's the crossover you can't outrun. The IzzyVerse lives on. The IzzyVerse lives on.
There's one. There's two. We are live.
Hello.
How you doing, Cliff?
I'm well, thank you. How are
Happy
you?
New Year! I know we saw each other on Sunday. We had a blast at Lando's show. So I figured, what the heck, say it again. But Happy New Year to everybody that's watching right now. As you could see, I did a little rearranging. Not a lot, but there's more stuff that's coming in the future. I'm doing some things.
I'm sorry, but did you? Great, I hear my echo on your side. Did you
Okay, I'll fix that.
a little comic rack thing to reveal the stuff?
Yeah. We have that, and we're gonna do something a little different for that. But I'm gonna change the little echo issue that you got going on here because I know exactly where that's coming from. So let's do this. All right, now I just got to find out where the headsets are. Can you hear me now?
I hear you.
Can you hear an echo?
I don't hear my echo.
Okay, so I gotta be able to make sure I got the right headsets on because that's what I need. It's because I got this new speaker, and the speaker is made it a little more challenging for me and stuff. But I don't like the headsets, but I made them loud enough so I can actually hear them. So go ahead, say something nice.
Happy New Year, Izzy.
There you go. That's what we're talking about. And Happy New Year to everybody else. Again, it's a little challenging because I moved the screens around, so now I got to do this and I got to do that, so you guys can actually see me and I can look at you like you know how when you're watching the show sometimes and you look at a second screen and everybody's like, what are he looking at? Or what are you looking at? And you want to just focus on the camera. The camera's there, the screen's there, then you there, you right there, and stuff like that. And JSS Brooklyn has given us the first super chat of the day.
Of the new year.
Oh yeah, of the new year. So yeah, absolutely. We're gonna do things a little differently with the super chats, though. We're still gonna do the same thing, but here's where the fun. This is where the fun comes in. All right. So let me just go ahead. You see now I gotta make some changes here. So let me swap sides because I don't want this reveal there. All right, and then let's go ahead and share the screens. So, you know what? Before I even do that part, but I got this here. There we go, and bam! As you could see, there's 4 icons to choose from. So, JSS is going for letter C, but because we made some changes, you gotta pick a symbol, either the hat, the skull, the boxing glove, or the little monster. So you got 4 to choose.
In the meantime, all I'm thinking is magician, poisoner, attacker, plant creature.
JSS went with the skull.
Good job, JSS.
Let's reveal what's in the skull. We are adding a brand new book. It's scheduled to come out tomorrow. Amazing Spider-Man 19, the Lee Bermejo Amazing Visions into the pack. And that's how it's going to work. So we got the skull in, right? So the skull represented. Guess who it represented?
The Punisher.
There you go. Bam. That's what it is. So Skull has been taken care of. Jess says, congratulations. You've added the first book into this pack. Now, granted, no. So, Cliff,
give me the top hat.
You want the top hat?
Yeah.
The top hat is going to be Absolute Batman Arkham M Special, but this is the Javier Rodriguez. This book is hot right now. We're going to talk a little bit about this book today, but this book is very, very hot. It's scheduled to come out tomorrow. So that being said, I already got the one book here. Bam, that's the one. That was the two. You know what I did? I ended up doing copies of it just so I could show you that I have them. So those two are out. So we could now we could just show them off here, make the reveal there and stuff like that. So they're right there. We still have 2 more books. Actually, we have 3 more books total because there is something that we are going to share, and that's going to be fun there. So we already revealed the hat, the skull. We still got the little monster. We still got the boxing glove. All right. So let me hide this again and go back here. Let's just go, since we're at it, let's say what's up to the people in the chat, starting with Las Cruces saying hello from Nuevo Mexico. What's going on, Las Cruces? Kenneth Bird also saying hello to everyone. Did I do 1, 2, 3, 4? I think I'm missing one. No, I did 4. No, my brain doesn't function anymore. I know there's something in there. Oh, there goes the other one.
There's JSS.
All right, JSS is in there. Happy New Year, all. I'm trying to get to Phil is also here. Hi, y'all. All right, let's see here. We got this. That's a joke, by the way. Okay, I don't know. Vogsies is in the house as well. All right, there goes Not Near Mint. How you doing, Not Near Mint? Let's see here. I'm trying to get to everybody. Tales of Suspense is also here. What's going on? We got King Calabac. Oh, yeah, King Calabac. I like that.
Oh.
All right. JSS picked the little monster. So we got to go with the little monster.
It's
and
a little big monster.
And what is the little monster? It's a Godzilla foil, which, let's see here. That's the one that's missing from. Yeah, that's the one that's missing from. That is this book right here. So I knew there was one there. So we're gonna put this one up.
That was not my guess for the little plant monster.
Yeah, I couldn't get a little Godzilla, so I added a Godzilla in there in the pack. So there's a foil edition of Godzilla. It's a banger, dude. Absolute banger. So we're down to one more item before we reveal one more item, and then the next one we'll get the big reveal. All right, so let's do that, and let's hide this for a second. And you see, we're having fun. We got fun. All right, so the one thing that I am adding to this pile already, because when we do these things, we always add a book to start things off, and usually it's like a slab, but I don't have a slab today, unfortunately. But what I do have, I think, is equally as good. It's a book that is going to be released tomorrow. So you could do your pre-orders tomorrow. And for those of you who are what they call them, the Jang Gang.
Yes. I'm proud of you for saying correctly.
There we go. We got a Punisher John Jang exclusive. It is right here. You could either, make a super chat, join the membership, and you can qualify. Thank you so much. You see, that's why I give you some controls. But there it is. This is a nice piece, dude.
It is.
It is nice. It is an homage to one of your favorite artists.
Yeah. Favorite.
It is an homage to JR's Punisher Warzone. So we are including this in the January box. This is going to be the book. This is the top book of the month that is part of it. And we already have 1, 2, 3, 4 books in this pack. We could add 2 more in there. Trust me, there's a big one in there. There's a big one. There's one that I think you guys will like. It's also an exclusive, but in order to do that, we got to get the other one in there. So that was that. All right. Now it's time to talk some news. So let me close this thing out for a quick hot second there. And let's go ahead and talk some news. So I think I know which news. The news that you told me earlier we're gonna do first. So let's get into the news, and let's go with our headlines starting right now. This just in from Deadline. Cliff, you dropped it to me. Sebastian Stan is now in talks to play opposite Robert Pattinson in the Batman Part 2. So Winter Soldier is now Thank you, Papa Wheelie. Winter Soldier is in there. So Papa Wheelie, you get to pick which icons we have left. We have two, right? No, we have one.
Oh, you only have the fighter left.
We got the fighter left, so we're gonna get the boxing glove in there.
The boxing glove, yeah.
Okay, well, should we do it now, or should we just wait a minute and just
no? Do it now. Everybody will be fine with our opinion on this for a moment.
So let's do the boxing glove for a second. Oh my goodness, this is a headache. I have to go back to swapping these computers so I can remember which is which. That's the hard part about this. So let's go back and let's find out what's the next item. All right. And we're going to hide that for a second. We're going to add this one. So the next one is the boxing glove, right? And the boxing glove is DCKO, but this is the LCSD Ash Can edition.
Why does that sound like somebody's just tripping acid? And look, our local comic shop day 2025 edition.
It's the local comic shop 2025 day. So we've added that one. Now the last book here, I'm gonna say is the big one out of the bunch. Obviously, the Jang is the biggest at the moment, but the next one, Cliff, you know which one it is.
I hope I know which one it is.
We talked about it.
I know we did, Izzy. I'm playing along.
Yeah, so let's get back to this conversation here. So
interesting suspicion, Harvey Dent.
There is a discussion that it's Harvey Dent. I don't want it to be Harvey Dent.
I don't want it to be Harvey Dent. I want it to be who I think it is.
Who do you think it is?
Hush.
I think you're absolutely right.
Right? Because there were already clues about Tommy Elliott and Hush sprinkled in to the Batman. So I would love to see that come to fruition in this movie.
You know what? I'm looking at this image now. I see Thomas Elliott already. Right? Now I'm still mad at the Scarlett Johansson thing.
Well, you know what?
Honestly,
let people be. You can be mad because this is what happens when people are so wildly wrapped up in speculation, and they go looking for things that aren't even there. Look at the Dazzler explosion. The only reason I enjoyed the Dazzler explosion is because my girl Dazzler got some love for a hot minutes.
You a Tay-Tay guy?
I'm a what?
You a Tay-Tay guy?
No, Dazzler.
Are you a Tay-Tay guy?
Yeah, she's okay.
She's okay. I could care less.
I could care less, but I would have been fine with her being Dazzler.
Dazzler spec was that was real, dude. That was crazy.
That was amazing.
That was definitely crazy. But let's just be honest. I think this is fun. This is a nice little addition to this movie. This movie has some hard hitters in this thing. This is gonna be an all-star cast.
I know. I'd love for them to start filming.
Well, it took forever just to get them, to this point. You know what I mean? So
this is painfully slow. Painfully slow.
It is. It is painfully slow. And for me, it's like, from what I hear and what I see, I think it's still going to be a good movie. It has potential to be a great movie. I know they officially brought in the what's the actor's name? I forget his name. Keegan or something like that. He was, what's his name? That actor.
I can't remember off the top of my head. All I remember is that normally he's attractive, but instead they're gonna make him ugly and make him the Joker.
Yeah, so that guy. He was in this movie, the Internals. So he's officially in the movie again. What's going on? I have comic issues. How you doing? I'm fine with it, and I think this movie is gonna be hot. I'm actually excited for this movie, and I'm with you. It's still gonna be a while. We're not gonna see this movie till 2027.
I know, and they'll be under new management, and let's see what that's gonna look like.
Yeah, because this is an Elseworld story. This is not part of the DC universe at all,
as of yet.
Can you mesh it in?
You could. I wouldn't care for that, but you could.
I think it's possible.
Yeah, I would. I'd listen, man. they're in such precarious waters. That's right, precarious waters. I feel like I'm using that correctly.
All right. So
I'm always concerned. Always.
So that's one of our headlines. But the other headline is have you heard the news about the blind bags?
Okay, what's the latest news in the blind bags?
Okay, so as a result of what happened, and we talked a little bit about this on Sunday over at Lando's channel, but Marvel Comics has come up with a solution. Is it a great solution? I don't know. But here's the solution. Marvel Comics Ultimate Endgame blind bag editions over damages, but only if you rip the entire cover off. They will offer you a refund.
That's right? Old school. Okay.
All right. So Bleeding Cool has reported on issues that comic book stores have been experiencing regarding the damages of Ultimate Endgames. Ultimate Endgame's True Believer blind bag release in Marvel Comics, yada, 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 suffer widespread damage issues. Retailers reported that 80 to 100% of their shipment when open arrived with defects. There ain't no defects. Primarily spine creases, ticks, cover damages, bends, making most of the copies unsellable as collectibles. Some have refused to sell them. Some have offered refunds if open in store, and others have said buyers beware. I think for the most part, it's buyers beware.
Yeah, because some people are still trying to get that artwork.
Exactly. And that's the reason, right?
How many of them are still left out there of the artwork, of the art pieces?
I don't know. There's a lot, dude.
Right? There's a lot, right?
There's 500 art pieces.
Yeah. All right. So yeah,
But each one's a 1-in-1. Each one's a 1-in-1. So, right. Through Marvel Comics has no statement. Distributor Penguin Random House has now finally acknowledged the issue in an email, apologizing and sharing feedback with them, and stating that due to the size of this potential claim, Marvel Comics requires stripped covers. So this is kind of like an old magazine thing that was done, the shops, to be sent back to their New York office at the customer's expense. At the customer's expense. You like that part, right? That means you got to pay for the shipping. Whether they will get to be replaced or refunded has not been stated.
Oh my God! What is that? So pay the mail to mail this into us, and then we're gonna decide how we address this later. Y'all are wrong. Y'all stepped in it in 2025, and now you're off on the wrong foot in 2026.
Well, listen to the statement. This is the statement. Good afternoon. Thank you for providing the details for your recent claim, and we apologize for the damages you've experienced. We share the feedback with the publisher, and due to the size of this claim, strip covers of this quantity have been requested to be sent to the Marvel office address below at the customer's expense. To Dan Petagilia at Marvel 1290 Avenue of America. I could just walk there. Take the train
and just be like, yo, what's up?
Like, knock on the door. I'd be like, excuse me, I have my board. I got my comics, right? Listen to this one. This is just for comic book stores, of course. Aggravated readers must take it up with the comic book store they bought it from. And I love this last part. What a lovely way to start the new year.
They took the words right out of my mouth, didn't they? They took it right out of my mouth.
Here's what I've been told. I've been told they're not going to offer a refund per se. Instead, they're going to offer a credit.
Which is exactly what I predicted.
And that credit is going to go towards a
Daredevil #1 blind bags. Ooh,
so they're not gonna reprint it or anything like that. They're literally going to I agree on looking for the artwork issue. Here's my take. This is if I was a store, because again, the store, it's at the retailer's expense, right? So based on this information, the retailer is the one that has to ship it back. I don't know if some retailers are going to do that. But if I was a retailer, if I was if I was, person that's running the shop, I will take it in and I'll take the comic book and trade it off if the comic book is a standard book because it's the same book. So let's just say you got cover A from your blind bag. If I have it in stock, I will trade the comic. Right? I'll trade the comic and I'll take in the other. Yeah, I know. I'll take the other book, right? And then I'll do the work and then I'll get the ship. I'll do the ship because that's who's going to be able to do it. It's the retailer's going to do it. No, you and I can't do it from our end. They'll do that. They'll get their credit what they're gonna use, and person leaves without ever having to deal with it. Now, the other side to it is what can a store do towards that matter? Because again, they have to examine the book to see if it's valid. You know what? If I'm sending it out, it's already damaged because I ripped the damn cover.
That's what I'm saying. If I took the time to rip this cover off, we got bigger problems, my dude. Bigger problems.
Yeah. So it's stupid.
The whole thing is unpleasant.
What's that word we like to use? Asinine? Is that a good word to use for this?
I mean, asinine's great. I'm not sure if that's one of my favorites, but I'll let it slide.
That's the word ass.
I know, but you know me, I like bigger words, and you want to keep this family friendly, so I won't say them.
So, I don't want to do that part. I got to get used to this different screen size because this screen is over here, the screen's over here. It's kind of it's hitting me hard. We still need that one more super chat so I could add something good, guys. If we get that one super chat, I could add this last book into the pile. But Cliff, it's the New Year's, and
baby,
like the New Year's, what's something people like to do during the New Year's?
Get drunk,
and then afterwards,
make a resolution.
Make a resolution. You're absolutely right. They like to make a resolution, but people like to do goals. They like to do goals.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Let's go with it, right? Let's go with the goals. Oh, there goes my boy Travis. Travis is in the house.
That's our boy Travis. I want to remind all of y'all that the first birthday DM I got was from Travis. I want people.
He needs love, bro.
Yes, he does. I need love too. That's why I'm shouting him out.
All right. So and we got Tony. Hey Tony, how you doing, Tony? All right. So we decided, we're comic book enthusiasts. That's what ChatGPT likes to call us. Don't you just love that? For you, comic book enthusiast.
And ChatGPT, well, that's funny.
It's AI.
It came up with that based on what you fed. Do you pay for ChatGPT?
I do have to pay for a subscription. I do pay for a subscription.
Right. So it's calling it that based on the information you've given it.
Oh, no. But I got rid of all that stuff. I a long time ago told it, don't say that kind of stuff anymore.
Okay. Well, no, because it says, because it calls me content creator all the time. Ooh. And I never told it that. I was just giving it data.
And you said as a YouTube content creator.
Right. And then it says, straight up says as a comic book YouTube content creator. It tells me all sorts of stuff. Oh, daily suspense. Wow. Goal achieved, baby.
Let's do this. Let's get that. Let's get that.
It's a double, man. You need a video.
Oh.
You need a video clip for that.
I know, I gotta get ready for that kind of stuff. It's just time always gets in the way. You know what I mean?
You got me twerking and other people clipped it. Just use me twerking and put confetti over it and you're done.
There you go. All right. Let's find out what's in the center. You ready?
Do it.
Let's do this. So there it is. At the center, we got a Poison Ivy 38. The King Young Eom? It's Eom, right?
Eom, yes.
Exclusive Virgin variant. And there it is.
Look at that. In hand, folks. In hand.
In hand. unlike the other two books. But this one, this is a Virgin variant exclusive. Special shout outs to my guy Fury Comics, Eddie, believe it or not, from Comic Exposure. And a lot of people don't know. I know a couple of people from Comic Exposure as well. But this is the Singapore variant. So Singapore Comic Con happened a few weeks back. This is an exclusive. I believe this exclusive goes for like $25. So it might go for more actually, but EOM is very, very hot. This might not be the last time we see an EOM book. So congratulations, guys. We added all of the books for this week. And with that said, let's go here for a second. We went ahead. We added the Absolute Batman. We added the Amazing Spider-Man Bermeo cover. We added the DC KO, the Ashcan special. We've added the Godzilla Foil Edition. And we've added the Poison Ivy 38. And they're all in. They're part of this month's box. And if you left a super chat, you are automatically in. If you are a channel member, I'm going to add something special moving forward just for channel members. So, but if you leave a super chat, you are added into the box. And you guys seen these. You saw how big these boxes get. So we are going to do that. And of course, it's not there, but we're definitely going to add in The Punisher by John.
Yeah.
So this one, you could get the pre-order tomorrow if you want to, or if you actually can't wait for it. That's the trade dress version too. So that's been added there. All right, let's go back to where we were supposed to go, and we could get rid of this, and we could come back to this. So we got our goals for this year, and let me stop. Let me end this thing here for a second here on my end, because I don't need that screenshot anymore. All right, so we have our goals for this year. We are doing 10 comic books that we want to pick up this year. Cliff picked 5. I picked 5. What I decided to do with this list is that I decided to put them in ranking of price. Okay.
Okay.
So they're set up in ranking of price. Let's start off with our first book in this pile. It goes to the New Teen Titans #2. This is a Cliff book. First appearance of Deathstroke. Book came out in 1980 in DC Comics. Census count. The CGC census count right now is 8,723 copies.
Mm-hmm.
Highest sale of this book is $1,395 and a 9.8. And that was in August of 2021. However, fair market value of this book is $94 and a very fine $261 at a 9.6. And those are the averages, of course.
See, attainable.
But you like this, right? I'm giving you the numbers. So now you know what to look for. You're welcome.
There you go.
This is your book, man. Talk to me. Tell me why you want it. I know how much you love it, though.
I love Deathstroke, and sooner or later they're going to introduce him in the DCU or try to.
They try. Well, they did introduce him a couple of times before. He did show up a few times.
Yeah,
I know. Arrow.
Arrow. Yeah, in Arrow and Manu. What is it? Manu Bennett? He's a cool dude. Yeah. So, I've always liked Deathstroke. You know how I love Marv Wolfman, George Perez, the New Teen Titans, So, yeah, I figured let's pick a book that, I have a shot. I have a shot at getting this book in a nice condition,
Now, I'm telling you.
Rattlesnake agrees with me.
Yeah, so that's the first book, right? It's very I would say it's very attainable. What is your goal as far as price range and things like that? Now, there is.
Why I gotta put all my business out there, Izzy? Why I gotta put all my business out there?
I want to know what you're looking for and what
you know what I'm looking for. So I got a 55 triple D, and I'm looking for some goddamn support. All right, DM me at Cliff NY if y'all know how to give me some support. All right, that's what I'm looking for.
Spence has become a member. I think he was a member already beforehand. Was he?
And like most people with good taste, he dropped the ball for a while.
Yeah,
And
it happens all the time to everybody. Like,
yes.
So sometimes you don't even realize you're no longer a member to something, and you're like, wait a minute, I never did it, and it just fell off. But thank you, Dell. You are now part of the Rat Pack. I got to do the welcome things here again. I'm behind on all this stuff. Okay, so going back to this,
I would like a presentable slab under 200 this year.
So you're looking for a slab under 200.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just got to look pretty.
Okay, works for me. And Dale was a member, so yep. He's new. He hasn't been a member before. Oh, well, welcome to the Rat Pack. It's good to have you, Dale. All right, let's go with our next book here. This is an Izzy book. It's Amazing Spider-Man 55. I want the second print 1 in 50 Gleason web head variant. That's the one I want. Now the reason
behind me.
Well, I have all the other ones.
Yes.
Right. 2021 Marvel Comics CGC census count for this second printing is 1,356. $400 and 9.8 is the highest sale of this book and that was all the way back in March of 2021. Fair market value $46 near mint, $73 9.8. Obviously, I want a 9.8. I will buy a near mint copy if I see it, because all the ones I have are near mint copies, but all of them are 9.8s. So I have the original, I have the red, I have the blue. I need the white. I even have a poster up of this image. That's why I want this. I think this is one of those iconic covers, especially in this day, in this modern age. Iconic covers are something that's kind of hard, but I think this is one of those covers that's going to stand the test of time.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it's going to stay with an iconic cover range.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just cool. I got a T-shirt, I got the poster, I got all the other ones. Now
I only have the red one, but the red one came into my life.
I got the red one, I got the blue one, I got the black one. What I don't have the virgins, but I don't care. But maybe I'll end up getting the versions if I keep going through this rabbit hole with this book. But I just love this cover, and I want to have them all lined up one day. Like one day, I want to have this wall just lined up with those books because it just looks really cool. So, and I agree, it is a nice cover. Digger Jim, he got in CBCS. Ooh, that's rare. It's going to be rare pretty soon. And yes, it's a noise. Oh, look, he does. Rattlesnake has a raw copy. That's awesome.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we do take AOKs in this channel. All right, let's go with our next book. It's a Cliffy. And it's Defenders number 10. This book is the first meetup of the Defenders and the Avengers. Technically, they met before in other teams, like, because Hulk's part of both teams.
Yeah, well, they met before because, not like as the Defenders.
Okay. 1973 Marvel Comics. CGC census count 1,394 copies. Highest sale of this book is $2,040 and 9.8. That was also in 2021. However, it's really not an expensive book. It's about $30, very good, $174 and 9.4, and that's the fair market value. So
achievable.
Very achievable.
And we all know I have Defenders love, and we all should know I'm a big fan of the Avengers Defenders War.
Mm-hmm. So talk to me. What's the
Well, I love the whole thing. Like Dormammu like pits them against each other, and also like as I've gone back and read the Defenders, like they are a very underdoggy team. Mm-hmm. Like things are just not going their way.
Well, they don't like each other. Is that correct? If I remember,
Hulk and Namor get along pretty well
because they hate everybody else.
Kind of because they hate everybody else. And their first mission is kind of a bust, and Silver Surfer is pissed because he was like, Stephen Strange, like, you told me that I was going to break Galactus's curse, and yet here I am. And once again, trusting mankind has, brought me nothing but disappointment, and I'm out. You know. So, and now here we are, Avengers Defenders War. Like Silver Surfer gets lured back in again. You know. So it's like, oh, what's this BS? And they don't know how wonderfully, delightfully, manipulated Dormammu and Loki are. Just like, oh, if we make them chase after these little MacGuffins.
Dante's comics are funny when they
but it's good. And like, honestly, like, I love the idea of two powerful entities being like, yo, what if we just screw with them? Because we can, because we're powerful. And like, what are the consequences for us?
Yeah. It's cool. I like it. I notice the hammer. Hulk is holding the hammer, and it has this special glow with it. I think it's pretty cool. And yeah, I'm with you, Rattlesnake. It is a nice Sal Buscema cover. I will agree on it. Everything about it is cool. I love the little heads, the floating heads. That's pretty cool there. Hawkeye is part of the team, which you don't really think of Hawkeye when you think of Defenders.
Yeah, well, he plays an interesting role.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that.
Interesting. And Valkyrie's in the team. I didn't know Valkyrie was part of the team so early, though.
Yo, dude, from like issue 5, she's there.
Really? I never took notice of that.
She joins early, and she's a ride or die defender.
Right. Black Spiders is in the house. What's going on, my man? All right. Let's go to our next book here. This is an Izzy book. Edge of Spider-Verse issue number 2. I want this is the first appearance of Spider-Gwen. Came out 2014 for Marvel. There's 8,851 copies in the census. Highest sale of this book is 2,509.8. That was November of 2022. However, the fair market value of this book is $330, $562. So it's dropped significantly since 2022's numbers. I want this book because I am slowly collecting the Spider-Verse characters. I have a lot of them already. So I want this. Really, I'm thinking about getting a near mint book, not getting a slab, unless the slab is at a good price. So this is a book that definitely want. I don't care for the which one is the 1 in 50 one done by Greg Land. Personally, I don't like that cover. This is the one I want. Any thoughts?
No, it's a great book.
It's a big book. It's a
medium size. I love me some Spider-Gwen. I'm all about it.
It's a big modern age book, and it's a book that, let's be honest, we could call it blue chip. I think it's a blue chipper.
I'm not comfortable with those terms, as you know, but yes.
Okay, it's a green chipper.
No, stop it. I don't believe
chipper.
No, I don't believe in the chips. Okay,
You don't believe in chips? They're chapped.
The chips I believe in are the chips at the casino and the chips you get at AA. So
what about the chips in on TV?
You mean the Lay's potato chips?
No, those are not bad. I was thinking about Chips, the TV show. So give me some Eric Estrada, man. You know
that Eric Estrada hair was a moment in television. But
do you remember Eric Estrada? Dos mujeres un camino.
Yo, dude, did you know he had a special ear? He had a special implant in the ear so they could feed him the Spanish. I mean, it's taken him a lot of time to learn some Spanish, but back then, Chips Ahoy is another one. But anyhow, my point is, if you want like a solid long-term collectible, yes, the first appearance of Spider-Gwen is a big deal. Yes.
So here's my question. Will there ever be a live action Spider-Gwen?
Who knows? I mean, my God.
When would it happen?
Look at the long ass road that we're on right now. You know?
Mm-hmm.
We're on a long road, Izzy. A long road.
It's a tough one, man. It's definitely a tough one. And yeah, it's unbelievable that this book was as high as 2,500. But let's be honest, Spider-Gwen was extremely hot. Next to Miles, she comes in second to Miles only. Hey, Nostalgic Express, welcome to the channel.
What up? So yeah, no, I really like it. Yes.
I love it, JSS. I love it, dude. He's putting in the information on Chips, the TV series. I am absolutely certain JSS watched Chips.
Oh, I know JSS watched Chips. You know it. You know.
I remember Chips as a kid, man. That was one of those shows as a kid we used to watch all the time, man. It was popular.
Well, I gotta tell. Well, of course it was popular. Let me tell you. I wasn't. Eric Estrada had the hair, but I mean, Larry Wilcox was doing it for me.
That was his name?
Yeah, Larry Wilcox. Yes.
I was just seeing the blonde guy, the blonde white guy.
Yeah, I don't care. Listen. When you know how to fill a uniform out, I start learning your name real fast.
They did wear those tight pants.
They did. And they had all sorts of good-looking guest stars.
What's up, Alex? What's up, Nerdy Geek? There we go. Oh, Ryan also came into the house. Everybody's jumping in now.
Hey, guys.
There goes Alex. What's going on, Alex? Wouldn't it be cool if Miles and Gwen showed up at the end of Secret Wars? Yeah, I don't think Sony will let that happen. Sony's
wouldn't everything be cool at the end of Secret Wars?
But the problem is when Secret Wars ends, what's left? What's next? What do you do? What major event do you do after Secret Wars? Marvel doesn't really have major events like that.
Marvel has plenty.
No, I'm talking about in the magnitude that Secret Wars and Infinity Gauntlet did. What's the next big one?
Well, I can see that I'm a bigger Marvel fan than anyone.
The Kree Skrull War?
The Kree Skrull War is fabulous. Okay. But one of the most fabulous of them all, Conquest. I'm sorry, not Conquest. Annihilation.
You said it already. You said it already. You couldn't, and I know about Annihilation because it's an Adam Warlock story.
As you should.
Yeah. The Cancerverse. Avengers versus X-Men. I guess we could go that route.
Of course they could, and that would be interesting. Please let me see live action Rogue whip that freaking shield out of Captain America's hands. You know, I'll be in the theater clapping, screaming, jumping up and down. I'll make sure I'm in the back row so that I'm less ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know?
Context of Champions. Extinction Agenda. Was Extinction Agenda that big?
It was 12 freaking parts, man.
It's an X-Men story. I'm talking about everybody got involved. Acts of Vengeance.
Everybody got involved. But again, how you tell it.
Yeah. You know? Acts of Vengeance would have been cool the way it was done in the comic books if they would have done it through the MCU, where it's just different movies doing it rather than just one event. Yeah, Onslaught's probably the next one.
Well, Onslaught would affect everybody.
Yeah. All right, let's go to our next book here.
But by the way, I defend that Extinction Agenda would affect everybody.
Yeah. Well, Annihilation, I'm with you that Annihilation was a big event, but it was a cosmic event.
Right, but that doesn't mean you can't involve the Earthlings. You can. They're gonna change. They're gonna change it anyway.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's go to our next book. Our next book is an Izzy book, and of course, it's X-Men 101. This is by far one of my biggest books to obtain. This is like the number one for me, right? This book came out. It's the first appearance of Jean Grey as the Phoenix, right? Came out. Believe it or not, this book is 1 month shy of being a birthday book.
I believe it.
For me, it would have been a birthday book if it was 1 month shy or if I was born a month later. So it's kind of cool knowing that now. CGC census count, there's 9,324 copies in the census. Highest sale, $13,249 in a 9.8. And again, 2021, that was the year all these books were extremely expensive. Fair market value, I'm actually excited because this is really affordable to me. $306 at a fine. $541 is the average at an 8.5. That's not bad. And we got Lando in the house. I just saw him. His favorite married couple.
There ain't no ring. And there ain't no ring of any sort, of any kind, any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I ain't giving you no ring.
I'm right, because that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't see a ring. We ain't married.
You ain't getting Jack, man. And I think someone that's over there is gonna have an issue with that. But that's okay. You know,
Oh, your actual wife. Oh, I'm like, what are you talking about? Who's gonna have a problem?
I'm just slacking with, dude, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not. He don't deserve it. He doesn't treat me right. He doesn't give me food.
Wow.
Yo, what about those donuts that you were supposed to bring? You never brought them. You never brought the
Those were
donuts.
apple cider donuts.
Yeah,
And
you
that
never
was,
brought the
and that was,
donuts.
I know, but you should have. Well, actually, that was.
Well, I did mention donuts. You said you too busy about the car. It was all. It was just
I'm so sorry. What do you mean about the car?
It was something about the car. Wasn't it about the car?
Yeah, my car. I didn't even have my own car, dude. I was freaking spitting money out for my car. I had to borrow my coworker's car just to meet you that day. It was sad. It was very, very sad.
It was a tough day for him.
Marvel should do Dos Mujeres Un Camino. Yes. Yes, Dave. Yes.
Yes. Mujeres Un Camino story.
Yes.
Who will be the two women?
No, it should be the new white tiger, right? And then the two women should be like Tigra and Spider Woman.
But you know what? Now that I'm looking at X-Men 101, shouldn't like Scott, Madeline, Jean triangle technically Dos Mujeres Un Camino?
I mean, we could do that too. We could do that too.
For those of you who don't know about Dos Mujeres en Un Camino, Cliff, can you enlighten the group and share what is Dos Mujeres Un Camino?
It's a Spanish soap opera, and that's like unfair for me to actually try to remember.
But it was like the Spanish soap opera. Like,
well, only because everyone was so excited to see Eric Estrada, do something in Spanish. Everybody lost their mind over it. Yeah. I will tell you this: for you straight fellas, they had two fine ass hot bitches on there. They did. All right. It was 1993. Laura Leon, Bibi Gallaton. They had it, baby. They had it. All right.
All right.
Elizabeth Deprion. I mean, they brought, dude,
that show was fire. Everybody watched.
They brought the fireman. Yo, homegirl BB showing up in outfits like this with just barely keeping the titties up. I mean, they went for it. They went for it.
It was a big show, man. We got to welcome the 30 people that are watching right now. Thank you for watching. Yeah, my mom loved that. Everybody's mom loved that novela. My dad was watching that novela. Yo, everybody was watching that thing.
So, it involved Tijuana, a cartel, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was undercover cops, right? Which I think one of the girls was undercover, right?
So, I didn't watch it like that.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, there was like a whole thing. One of them got very pregnant with Ricardo's child. Like, there's a whole
it's novelas. It's a soap opera. Yo, don't mess with Spanish soap operas. They're the best.
You can't. Let me tell you, Mexico broke the bank for this one. But yeah, you can find it online. There's 229 episodes. Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, even though it's like 229 episodes, you will fly right through it.
Yeah, because it was a weekly show. So for those of you who don't know, Spanish soap operas, the way they worked, it was a weekly show. It was a weekday show. And
daily show.
Yeah, no, it's weekday. Daily show.
Right, during the day.
Not weekends. So weekday daily show, and it just ran all the way through, and then it comes with an ending. So it's usually like how many episodes it was? You said
229.
That's a lot, dude.
Oh, it was a lot. They were trying
a lot of episodes, dude. They were milking that one.
No, of course they were milking it. Why do you think
200 plus episodes? How many months is that? That's got
a long time.
That's a good time for
a couple years. That's a couple years.
Yeah. So I know the questions being asked about this rack that I have here.
Oh my God, was it on for 4 years? No. No, it aired from August of 1993 to July of 1994.
A full year?
A full year at 5 episodes a week. Yeah, man. Wow, that's brutal.
Yeah, that's where I get the comic stand. Believe it or not, it's actually a magazine stand. I got this at Joy Ann's, which is now closed. They were getting rid of everything. So I picked it. I easily picked it up. So that's where I got it. So unfortunately, it's not something I could easily get. Someone did show up in the comic book shop saying that he had a Marvel rack. And I said, yo, bring it to the shop and we'll take a look at it. I don't know if he wanted money for it or anything like that, because they do go for a certain value and stuff like that. So, yeah, a room tour. Gee, you want a room tour? Here's the room. It's literally a room, but I'll do it one day. Definitely do it. I've been actually watching some room tours recently too. Like Mike from Lunch Money was, dude, he has a great room tour. So you gotta look at that one. All right, let's go back to this one. So this is a book I absolutely plan to obtain this year. If it's for $300, I am down for it. I will probably, but I think I want it slab because of its age. You know what I mean? I'm not that concerned about the price of it in that way, but I do want a slab copy.
I gotta tell you, there's a few slabs of this have escaped me, and it kills me. I'm surprised this one's not on my list too.
Yeah, this is I have to. I have a daughter named Phoenix. I named my daughter after this character.
And I have to because this character was named after my spirit. So like
so it's definitely this is my number one book. Out of all the books that we have, this is my number one.
But also, I want you to know the first Marvel comics I ever read were the Phoenix Saga and the Dark Phoenix Saga.
That's a good starting point.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to our next book. Our next book is a Cliff book, and that's Adventure Comics 224. This is the first appearance of the Legion of Superheroes. You explain all the other characters. 1958 for DC Comics. This book has 632 copies in the census. There's really not that many books in the census, so that makes this a little hard to get it as a rated copy.
Telling me.
Highest sale is $19,200 at an 8.5, and that was in 2019, guys. However, fair market value is actually not so bad. 149 at a fair to poor, but 3.0s are going for 1,560. This is a hard one, Cliff.
Right. Listen, I just felt like I got to put something spicy in there, you know, and I have all their other early appearances. I'm missing the big bad one. So if any of you out there with like a heart of gold wants to send me a slab of this, you know, that homeboy who sent one to Matt Lex Comics in Canada, if you want to just send one my way in upstate New York, you know, I mean, like, you know, I'll be your indentured servant or whatever. So like, you just let me know.
So what are you looking for?
Do you think presentable in a slab? That's it. That's all I want.
You want a slab?
Oh yeah, this dude. When we get this high up, like, just give me the slab, okay?
I don't want to even go through it.
Right, I don't want to go through it. Just get me the slab. And like, the thing is, I missed out on 2 slabs that were like potential, you know, and like it just sad. Look at Alex. Like, do I want to think about this?
Yo, Cliff as your servant. He does pour as a mistress, but as a servant, I don't know. Maybe
pour as a mistress.
Yeah. Apparently, if you're not my wife, you got to be my mistress, right?
Ew. Okay, Izzy, just you're not in this competition, not even for $1 billion. So keep moving.
This is how he treats me, guys. This is how he treats me.
It's you get what you deserve. You know, Alex, you're actually kind of attractive, so like you can keep that ball rolling.
Kind of attractive,
you know. And
you guys are ready for the next one?
Yes.
Let's do this. This is one of my picks, and it's for obvious reasons. Is Iron Man 55, the first appearance of multiple characters, not just Thanos, Drax the Destroyer, Star Fox, Kronos, and the Mentor. That's the first appearance. This book came out in 1973 from Marvel. Census count 6,643 copies. Highest sale of this book right now is at $19,200, 9.8. That was also 2022. Fair market value, $378. That are very good. 630.
I like how this book
8.5.
I like how Thanos' first appearance and the Legion first appearance, which are far apart in age, are exactly in dollars amounts. You know,
but this book has. I hate to tell you this, Cliff. There's more demand for this one than the Legion book right now.
Well, of course, because everybody knows who Thanos is. You know,
and I think that's the funny part about this book. This book would probably be worth even more if Thanos was in the cover.
Dude, how about this isn't even the real Thanos? Like we find out that the Thanos in this is just one of his clones. It's not even actually Thanos, so it's like, it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. It is hilarious, but it's still, people consider it the first. So being that it's considered the first, it's the first. I think this is one of those books for me because I am such an Adam Warlock fan. It's part of that whole story arc, right?
Absolutely.
So that's why I want an Iron Man 55. However, what's hard about this book, it's a book that's always on demand, obviously because of the MCU, and it goes through hills and valleys. This is one of those books that constantly does this. It's just the constant. So you have to be able to find the right price point for it, and it's very, very difficult because of that. I want it because of the Thrax. I'm more of a Thrax guy because of the Infinity Watch, but it's Thanos, man. It's Thanos. So I definitely want a copy of this book. However, there's other books that are probably in front of this list than this one. But if I do find this book at a really good price, I will pull that trigger.
Yep.
And to me, it doesn't matter whether it's raw or slab. At this point, this is one of those books that if I get it raw, it might even be better for me than if I get it slab, because the slab prices, slab prices are slab prices. I don't mind having to pay that little extra change to send it out to CGC for the hope that it's a higher grade. Or PSA. That'd be nice, PSA book. It has a nice red.
Listen, okay.
Got the red leather in Iron Man.
I wouldn't care if it was slabbed and I'm purchasing it and PSA has a strong slab, but I do care about my rating in the registry. So like, I would probably want it to be CGC.
Yeah. Well, PSA's registry is starting to happen. They're doing it. You got to give them time. It takes time. It's going to take time.
No. I have no patience for billionaires. Zero patience. Y'all are billionaires. Y'all should be making that shit.
It's a company. It's not an individual.
Oh, it's a company. It's run by a goddamn hedge fund. They all are. Yeah, I know. Billionaires. Make that shit. Don't make me wait. Oh, we have to see. Shut the hell up. You got billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. I don't even care. Thank you, Alex. I love you, man. I love you. All right. If I had 281 million in the bank, Izzy, you better believe
you will have this book.
Not only would I have this book, it would be
give me a copy, right?
It would be to hell with you. It would be under my new grading company.
Oh,
it would be
God. That's what you said?
That's right. COC grading, mother lovers. COC grading. Mother lovers. That's right.
All right, let's go to our next book. This is also an Izzy book. Batman 251. This is the iconic Joker cover done by the great Neil Adams. Also came out in 1973 for DC Comics. CGC census counts 4,844 copies. $39,600 in a 9.8, and that was last.
That's
back
wild.
in 2024.
Wild.
24. All right. However, the price ranges are not that bad. $367 and very good. However, the average is an 8.5, and that's going for $775. So whenever you're going above $500, that's when you have to really start and consider whether you're going to be able to cough up that kind of money. You know what I mean? There's people that do these things and they'll sell collections to get to that point, but then sometimes you got to look at it, man. Sometimes the rent needs to get paid. What's your thoughts on this one? I know this is my book. I just think this cover is awesome.
And that's all there is to say. It's a beautiful cover. I guess we could say this is when the Joker actually started becoming threatening.
You could technically say this is the modern age first appearance of Joker. Or something like that.
I would not go that far. This gets the credit, but this is not actually where Joker just starts becoming threatening. There's build up to him becoming threatening. This one is just the one that's most remembered for it. So for y'all who love the Joker, there are other appearances in the 70s where the ante starts getting upped before we get here. But yes, this one gets all that love and attention and all the craziness. And again, fabulous cover, still a great read. Hell yeah, $39,000. Woo!
Well, it wouldn't be a read if it's $39,000. It would just be a look at this.
Yeah, no, it becomes a conversation piece. And look, there's some slabs I have that are mostly because they're a conversation piece, but I've read the material, so I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but this is one that if I see it in the wild, I'm just hoping one day I'll just find someone that just has books that, just want to get rid of, and this is in that pile. That's for me. All right. I think it's time for a Cliffy.
Okay.
Action Comics 252, first appearance of Supergirl and Metallo. Right? 1959 All right. CGC census counts 1,442 copies of the census. High sale of this book is $50,400 and 9.2, and that was 2 years ago now, January of 2024. Fair market value $565 at a fair to poor condition.
Yeah, which is
3.5 goes for $1,919. Dude, this book is gonna go up.
I know, it's unfortunate for me, but anyhow, I still hope to get it. I would like a nice one. Look at this. Kilted Corgi is ready for me. Ready for I've always loved Kara. I love Supergirl. I love the story. I love how Argo escaped and they made their own shield, and then kryptonite meteors went through the shield, and her dad was like, yo, we got to save you. Get in the rocket, homegirl, and then she gets to Earth and Clark is like, oh my gosh, a girl that can fly. She goes, I'm your cousin. And it's like, oh, that's amazing. He's like, I'm going to keep you a secret and use you as a secret weapon against my enemies. And she's just like, okay, older cousin who I was sent here to protect because technically you're younger than me. I'll listen to you.
Yeah. This is like the end of the Silver Age, really. Well, it's really midway point of the Silver Age. Now I'm thinking like about
the midway of the Silver Age, man.
It's the midway point.
Okay, maybe it's the end of the Silver Age because it's 19.
No, because every time, what's so interesting is that Marvel has this way of they made their own age. If you remember the Marvel Age, and that's kind of like, it's really Silver Age, but it's like.
Obviously, we all know that their little idea didn't come to pass.
So yeah, but this book is going to go up in value. Obviously, I don't know if it'll reach the heights of 50,000 anytime soon, though. But that was 2024.
Yeah,
and 9.2 is the highest grade for this book right now. So the day could come that someone could have a higher graded copy.
Possibly.
It's quite possible. It's somewhere in the wild, but it is a classic cover. I love the blue skirt though.
Yep.
They changed that quick, right?
No.
How long did it last?
A few years.
A few years with the blue skirt?
Yeah, she looks like this until she takes over Adventure Comics. She looks like this. And then the very first time and actually I think when she takes over Adventure Comics, she starts with the blue skirt. And then we start experimenting with other skirts and other belts and other looks.
I like the scarf look. Remember the scarf?
It
was like a choker scarf type of thing that she would wear.
You mean an ascot that kept her cape on? Yes.
No, it wasn't like an ascot.
Okay, fine.
But it was like a scarf. It was weird. Okay, it was the 70s, right. Man. It was the 70s.
Right, fine. It was scarfy.
All right. Here's another Cliff, and I think this is our last book of this bunch. That's 10. X-Men 94. Second appearance of the new X-Men team, but their first on X-Men proper.
Yes.
1975 Marvel Comics. 11,225 copies in the census.
Yeah.
66,000 and a 9.8, and that was in April of 2022. This book goes for $335 fine, 901 and an 8.0, and those are your average prices.
And again,
no surprise.
Attainable. right?
It's obtainable at his raw price, I will say.
Yeah.
My personal
even in that-
opinion,
Yeah.
I don't like this cover.
It's not about liking the cover, man. It's about what it is.
It's just Count Nefaria. He
It was
looks
a bad mamma jamma.
yeah, but it looks. I just don't like.
I
That's
mean,
the one thing that I don't like about this book.
I don't know. Scott's spread eagle falling.
Oh look, yep, Bobby Delgado, who's just showed up. Where's my mouse? My mouse disappeared. There it goes, Bobby Delgado, neckerchief. I like that term.
Yeah, it's never been called a neckerchief. Just never.
I like the term. We gotta coin that term, neckerchief. Yeah, I'm with you on this book. It's a book I want to have too. But I'm not desperate for it.
Well, the thing is like, there's no way I'm going to afford in my near future under reasonable conditions. There's no way I am going to afford Giant Size X-Men, but I could probably swing this. And so therefore, it made the list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Giant Size X-Men, you'd be surprised. You could probably get that book for good prices.
Yeah, like what? What do you call a good price? I mean, my God, I would be sweating bullets.
I've seen it sold for 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, but raw, right?
Yeah, they'll be raw, of course.
Yeah, no. See, this is one of them books where I'm like, let's
But
just get.
It's 1975, so can you get away without having to pay an extra $1 for CGC?
No, I think CGC will get me on it. I think they'll get me. They'll get me.
Yeah, so,
we know what this book is, sir. We know what this book is.
Yeah, it's a Gil Kane cover. It's not my favorite cover, man. I understand its significance, and like any other book, it is something. It is odd to me that it was 94, issue 94. Like they couldn't wait to get to 100 or something like that. But the book was the book itself was in a desperate state. So, you know what I mean? It's back in the day, they didn't care about numbering systems like they do today.
All right, it's from 1975, so it'll be a $45 grading.
Yeah. For the next couple of days, or that's the new pricing.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just looking at what the website says right now.
So that might be the old pricing.
But listen to this. Must have a maximum declared value of $400. So if I got a very high value looking copy, that's where they're going to get me.
Yeah. But if you have a fine copy, you could say $400.
Okay, sure, but those stars really have to align, Izzy. They have to align.
Well, first you got to get the book, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. The stars have to align where I have the book in front of me and it's a fine copy, and I pay $335. Right?
So Brian has them both.
Look at that. Look at Brian.
So Brian, I'm just saying, we're good friends, aren't we?
No one's that good of a friend, Izzy. Okay? And Izzy, let me remind you, okay? You don't even have good enough friends to split StreamYard with. I want to remind you of that. Continue.
Because I'm not the sharing type.
Which is dumb because literally
I'm just not the sharing type. I'm just not
everything on there. Everything.
I like having full control. And I like
you do have full control.
No. I don't want to have to worry about somebody else.
There's nothing. That's what I'm saying, Izzy. That you can't. You have no one in your life that you could trust to just not touch your stuff.
I don't have people that I don't trust. I just
you can't trust sharing StreamYard with. I mean, I feel like that's sad.
No, you haven't offered.
Well, of course not. I have people to share it with who I trust, and we haven't screwed each other over.
Well, all right, you have a council.
Yes, and look at that. 4 of us have control, and no one has buried that. No one has smashed the ship into an iceberg yet. All right.
Sorry, Izzy, I'm an X-Men guy. So are many of us.
I like how the chat's like, wait, what happened here?
All right, guys. I want to hear from you. What are your comic book goals for 2026? If you're watching this on the replay, please take a moment, leave a comment, let us know which books you are hunting for this year in 2026. I can't wait to see what kind of responses. So we're gonna release this video separately So yeah, you could put the comments in there as well, and I'll love to hear from you guys with that. Okay, let's stop sharing for a minute here. Okay, so Cliff, what's going on in your neck of the woods?
I don't know.
Nothing. He got nothing. This is the time where you're supposed to say what you got to say, and you got nothing.
Oh, will be on the council live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. We do our live hangouts. You can join us on stream so long as you have your camera on, etc. Saturday morning at 10 a.m. I've got Sheena from Melanin and Manga coming on to Comics and Coffee with Cliff. And Sunday at 11 a.m., I got Cody Collects Comics joining me for another episode of Comics and Coffee and Cliff. And that's just it. We're just making things happen. And I'm just, trying to book out, January and September and have a good time.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So people have been asking me this question. You got new art to show. Actually, I do have some art to show, but unfortunately, I can't show it anymore. But there will be some new art to show. I'm currently working on, getting used to doing an airbrush. So I got an airbrush now, and I have to learn how to use it. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of practice on that. I got myself a nice little rack, like an art organizer, so I can put all my art tools in that one spot. That's pretty cool. So therefore, very soon, there will be a sketchy show coming. So not just yet, but we're going to be doing the sketchy show. I'm going to try to pull a sketchy show at least once a month. And stuff, and I'll do it like an art auction as well. So if anybody wants art, but if you're interested, I do take commissions. You could hit me up on IG, and from there we could discuss what it is, and I could definitely get them graded for you if you would like to get them graded. I do have a shipment coming back. I know Digger Jim was watching. The shipment's on its way. Should be arriving on Friday. So a couple of guys are going to get their books coming in very, very soon. And I got some ideas in place. So it's going to be a lot of fun what's coming up, especially in 2026. I almost said 25. All right. Yeah, I know, but I don't want to use an airbrush like, for those of you who know Martin Savala, he's a phenomenal airbrush artist. I don't want to use it like that. I want to just use it to, like, when you do a glow or something like that, kind of the way Alex Ross does it. So that's my intention for it. Or if I want to like fill in a background or something like that, I want to do something like that. What's going on, Rich? How you doing, man? I hope to see you soon, man. There's gonna be a show coming up in a couple of weeks. Garden State Comic Fest over at Augusta, New Jersey. So if you want to stop by, Cliff, you're welcome to stop by.
We'll see. Maybe I can knock off a comic goal.
Maybe. And I'll be tabling. I'll have a table with Josh. So I'll definitely be there.
The Josh?
The Josh, man. That's right. Josh is tabling at the show. So he's gonna be there. He's gonna be there. Yes. Up. And Rich is gonna be there. Look at that. We'll have some fun, man. You gotta stop by, man.
I hope.
Bring the car down, man. Bring the car down. We'll do lunch and stuff like that. We'll have some fun. Yeah, we'll definitely do some stuff there. All right. So with that said, guys, it is that time where we have to discuss what is coming up, what is trending. So let's do our top trending books for.
Oh, damn. Saturday the 24th. It's around the corner, this show.
Yeah, dude. It's like in 2 weeks.
Oh, heavens to Betsy, Megatroy, and Holy Potato.
It's a good show. They got some good stuff.
God. Amy Chu, Gus Mock, Scott Hanna, Bob Wyacek. Oh my goodness. My goodness.
But you go for the comics.
Well, I know, but I go for the creators too. I'm a full event. I'm a full event person.
All right, we're doing this?
Yes.
It is time for the top trending, the first top trending of the new year, January. And there we go. I screwed up. Do you see it?
Top trending comics week 1 / January 2025.
Screw that. I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it right now. Screw it. I'm gonna fix it up because that ain't right. Actually, I have to fix it, right? I was doing so well for myself. I'm like, yeah, I've been going on a streak without making any errors and things like that. And there we go. So now
you were doing good, baby. You were doing good.
we were doing it. We were doing it, man. It was doing fine. It was doing fine. And you know what? I don't know what you're talking about. It says it right there, January 2026. So now, yeah. There, thank you, Simeon. I know. I saw it. It now says 2026. Yes. Okay. We got 4 books for you to look at. Now, last week we did the top 10 of the year. So I do have the figures for last week's. In case anybody's interested in, I'll post them up in comiccrusader.com. So if you ever want to see it, you can let me know and I'll send you the link for it. But we're in a new year and it's the first week of January of 2026. Your immediate reactions to the books you see without giving too much away.
My feelings are all over the place. I'm laughing at assorted crisis events because, again, this is just insane. But on the other hand, I feel like it's a very underlooked indie book that I enjoy. So also,
it's not underlooked anymore.
Well, right now it's not underlooked, And then of course, Stranger Things. It's not even an expensive book. So to get the first Stranger Things comic, snatch it up while you have a chance. The regular one, not this edition. There's a
1 I believe it is.
Right, the regular one is fine. Martian Manhunter again has been overlooked. I'm glad to see the other Absolute books get some love. And of course, Wonder Woman meeting Absolute Batman. Hurrah! We're all here for it. I get it.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. But first, before we even do that, we always do what we have to do, and that we have to look at some honorable mention. These are the books that didn't quite make the list, starting with Absolute Wonder Woman #1, the Jim Lee variant. This is my favorite Jim Lee variant out of all the ones that came out. More so than the Batman, more so than the Superman. I just love this, it's what it's like House of the Dragons type of feeling to it.
I think it's fine. I gotta say, I feel like all of them were I feel Batman and Wonder Woman were like a little lackluster, but Superman was garbage.
You didn't like the Superman one? It actually looks better. God. The black and white looks better than the color.
No, I have taste, and that is garbage. Every day of the week, you can like it. Everybody has their own taste. I'm just saying that was hot garbage. Hot. And notice how every single cover, the capes are cut off. You don't get a full cape on nobody. Not on Supes, not on Bats, not on Wonder Woman. But anyhow, Wonder Woman, I feel like there's a little too dark. Batman's is just a little. Actually, the Batman one is the best looking one of the bunch, which just makes me shake. And then the Superman is just horrible. And even if you like it, you got to admit, it's like the worst Superman.
It's not his best work. It's not his best work. I will admit.
It is trash. I've seen him draw better Kryptos than freaking, because he hates drawing animals. I've seen him draw Krypto better than that. Jesus.
Well, Dale likes the cover. So we're good there. All right. Our other book here is another Absolute, but this one's Absolute Evil. This one's interesting because, again, what we're going to be looking at now is that all the Absolute books are starting to get some momentum. So people are starting to pick up all these books as they're going. Absolute Evil is the one book that we're introduced to the Absolute Justice League, but we also get an Absolute Green Arrow and we get an Absolute Hawkman. This book is still very cheap. You can get this thing in many places at cover price.
Yep.
Book. But what's your thoughts on this one?
Love it. I think it's crazy. I'm like, y'all are the villains talking about we need to form a Justice League. These guys are out of control.
Yeah. It is interesting. Oh, yeah. We also get an Absolute Lex Luthor, right?
Yes.
So that's pretty interesting. So I forgot about that one. But yeah, it's one of those books, man. And finally, the book that is not even out yet. And that is Absolute Batman Arc M #1. You want to get the Javier Rodriguez cover because that's the one that people are hunting for, which is this supposed to be Zatanna or is this supposed to be Mad Hatter?
I
Because
don't
my
know.
thoughts is Mad Hatter.
It feels more Mad Hatter to me than Zatanna, but yes, to the uninformed, it would look like Zatanna.
Mm-hmm. Well, Nelson, if you read it, let me know which character is it because I do believe it's Mad Hatter because I've seen already what Zatanna looks like, and Zatanna doesn't look like this. So I'm gonna say this is Mad Hatter.
I'm also guessing Mad Hatter.
Yeah, but it's a book. Some places are going for $30, and the book is not even officially out yet.
Yeah, well, what can you do?
So if you want if you want this book, my suggestion is go to your comic book shop early, pick it up as fast as you can because it will be gone as fast as it can. Rattlesnake says neither.
Interesting.
So let me know what this character is because I'm just curious. Mm-hmm. Now the other covers are still selling for cover price. This is the one that's standing out because it's the first appearance of a character. So yeah, it's hot right now. Again, I'm seeing prices go as high as $30 for this book. And it's, again, like I said, it's not even officially out yet. It'll be out as of tomorrow morning. So, and yes, if you are part of the Izzy Rat Pack, it will be part of that box. So you'll have your chance to get a copy. All right, let's go into our list. Let's go into number 10 in our books here. And at number 10, Stranger Things #1. This book came out in 2018 for Dark Horse Comics. $30 near mint was the last recorded sales value of this book. Most common fair market value is $21 at near mint, $117 at 9.8. As far as trending list goes, it was #1 for Key Collector, #9 in CBSI. Did not make cover price. However, the 1 in 50, the 1 in 25 did make the top 20 list for cover price. Not this one, but the other one, the variant. 7-day, 30-day, not really a lot of sales in that way. 11 sales for the last 7 days, 31 sales within the last 30. As far as the hype level goes, the hype level for this is actually high because of Stranger Things. So, did you get a chance to see the finale?
Of course.
And your overall thoughts?
I'm perfectly content with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I love all these wild conspiracies.
Have you heard the rumor that they might drop a ninth episode?
Yes, I've heard the rumor.
I don't think that's true.
I don't think it's true either, but people are just so I think either people are so desperate for more or so desperate for it to be something else. But let me tell you, they dropped all sorts of insane little Easter eggs, intentionally or unintentionally,
Yeah, for me, I think, okay, let's just say the answer is yes, they are going to drop one. I don't think they are. They did mention the documentary that they are going to show. I'm going to say, without giving anything away, for those of you who haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it, even though it's been 2 weeks. Is that, well, it's been 1 week, not 2 weeks. Is that I believe if it is an episode, I would say it's what happened with our main character and what really happened.
Possibly.
After. That's what I say. What truly happened and stuff like that. Even though I'm a big fan of the ambiguous ending.
Yep.
I'm a fan of it because it made sense and it worked really nice, and it kind of leaves it off with more. And I think that's what it is. I know there are people out there don't like ambiguous endings. Sopranos is one of them, where you don't know what really happened. But I like the fact that it leaves me with this notion of, if you want to go this route, you can go this route. If you want to go that route, you can go that route. Right? And if it go this route, this is how it looks. So I think there's some truth in that. And the Duffer Brothers, I'm pretty sure that in their mind, they're like, yeah, it's ambiguous. Even we don't know. But they know. You know why they know? because
they
want to make more. Because there's a whole bunch of talks about more things. There's an animated special that's coming out, which I think is coming out in the wrong time. Because it's supposed to be like in between season 2 and 3. I'm like, who cares at this point?
I don't know. We'll see. As it is, they made a big deal about the play, right? And then all sorts of people saw the play, talked about the play, put it all over the internet, and then the final season didn't really tie into that at all.
They didn't want to.
No, I know. I read that they didn't want to, but they also said, oh, the play is really cool and really, really adds. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Okay, fine. But like ultimately, no one cared that Joyce killed her homeboy from high school who was the star of the freaking play she was directing or whatever. I'm like, come on. We never saw his girlfriend from the play, not even a word. Like, I don't know. Like, it was just like fun. But spoiler guys, I had a good time. I enjoyed it. It's not perfect, but Game of Thrones is the most atrocious ending ever. And also, I'm still mad about How I Met Your Mother ended. So this is not as bad as
How I Met Your Mother was awful.
Yeah, those two like live in infamy in my mind, and this one does not live in infamy. So good job.
This to me was a very satisfying ending. I was fine with the ending.
Exactly.
All right, moving on. We're going into our number 9 book, and our number 9 book of this week goes to Absolute Batman issue number 3, cover A, 2024, DC Comics. Last recorded sale was $19 near mint. Most common is $13 near mint, $125 for a 9.8. Trending list, this is on cover price as number 5. As far as the 730, 49 sales within the last 7, 157 within the last 30 days, and hype level is at a meaning. I know how much you love talking about Absolute Batman.
All the time.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So this is the Batman of the Absolute series. It's issue 3.
It's the first appearance of many of the rogues in their civilian look. Right? So you got that going for it. It is an issue number 3, and it's definitely victim of less copies out there than issue 2 and issue 1.
Oh, how few must there be? Oh, only 200,000? Oh.
Hey, that's called rare. Oh, don't even go there. I saw what you were doing. I saw what you did there. Don't be doing that. You did the whole,
I listen, that's confetti. That's confetti. That's confetti at the end. That's my confetti cannon emoji.
Cliff is professional in-depth analysis.
I'm sorry, guys. Like,
we're going back to those mujeres who got me.
See, that's what's up. That's the takeaway for tonight. Put on the English subtitles and watch Dos Mujeres Un Camino.
Yo, we gotta straight up get some clips of Dos Mujeres Un Camino. I'm gonna work on getting some clips on that show. You know what I mean? All right, let's move on. We're gonna go at number 8. At number 8 in our list is Absolute Superman number 1, cover A, DC Comics, $22 near mint, the last recorded sales value. Most common is $24 near mint, $136, 9.8. Trending list, number 6 in CBSI, number 9 in cover price, 7-day, 30-day, 43 sales within the last 7 day, 146 within the last 30. Hype level is at a medium for this book. It's just riding that wave, isn't it?
Listen, it's a great wave. Love me some Absolute Superman. Rocketed to Earth as a young boy, not a baby. Not a Matrix with a fetus in it. No, rocketed to Earth as a young child. From the dying planet Krypton, from his scientific farming parents. Kal-El comes to Earth with his
AI system. Don't forget the cast system.
His AI suit.
Yeah, his AI cape.
Yes, his
They
AI.
get swords and axe. He gets a cape.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that powers him up with red sun energy. So, like, yes, I'm here for it. I'm here for you, man. You know, and we get all sorts of we immediately get exposed to a wilder, deadlier, crazed, and imperfect Brainiac. Love that idea.
Which
Love
will
it.
most likely be the inspiration for the movie.
You know what, Izzy? Keep eating that freaking, keep drinking that goddamn Kool-Aid. So anyhow, you know, like I like, for the context of this book, I like that he's crazy. Also, it's revealed to us through DCKO and other stuff that the real absolute Brainiac is like held hostage as part of like Darkseid's game. You know, so I think that's interesting. But anyhow, great book. Love to see you at number 8, Papa. You know, everyone try to give it a read before it's too late.
All right, so let's go with number 7 in our list. At number 7, we got ourselves Absolute Martian Manhunter number 1 that came out in 2025 for DC Comics. $15 near mint is the last recorded sales value of this book. Most common is $14 near mint, $56 and 9.8. As far as trending list goes, number 3 for CBSI, number 4 at cover price. 7-day, 30-day, 46 and 92. Hype levels at a medium for this one. This is the most bizarre out of all the books.
And yeah, it's still a great read. You
It's
know,
a fun read.
Once you get through those first 6 issues, the first arc, right? Yeah. I like it. It wheels you in. It wheels you in.
It's all about the colors. All about the colors. But Absolute Martian Manhunter is the most indie of all the books. I said this countless times. It's a great book. It's the art. I love this artwork. I absolutely love this artwork. Again, Javier Rodriguez is doing it in this one, and he's been doing a great job. Dennis Camp is doing a fantastic job in writing this story. I don't think it's for everybody, but that's okay. You know what I mean? It's a buddy cop story. Who doesn't love a good buddy cop story? So, Absolute Martian Manhunter comes in at number 7, and coming in at the number 6 spot, we got ourselves DC All-In Special number 1. It came out in 2024. $275 and 9.8 was the last sale. $60 near mint. $262 and 9.8 is the average. Number 3 key collector. Number 4 in CBSI. This was actually the runner-up in cover price. And 7-day, 30 days, this book is selling like crazy now. 39 copies in the last 7 days, but 206 within the last 30 days. Hype level is at a medium. Okay, it's the first appearance of the Absolute Universe.
Yes, it is. And the back cover is Absolute Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman.
Yeah, and I had it here and I moved it. I must have moved it. So you guys could have seen it. I guess you have to see it next time if you haven't seen it. But yeah, so I heard the news that if you send this book to get slab, you can make the request that the backside be the front cover.
Okay. All right. Good job.
Would you like that? Would you like that?
Like that? Yeah, absolutely.
Would you do that?
It'll look good. It'll look good.
It will look good, right? Because let's be honest, this cover is just it's just mid because of that. But if you get the absolute cover, why not? You know what I mean?
I'm down.
Is it a must-have for the PC? Yeah. You know what? This book was sitting on shelves for months before people started recognizing it.
Yep, it was. You would, you would just think, but nope.
Alex is telling you, Cliff, to put your phone down.
Oh damn!
You're being watched.
Look at him. Look at him coming after me.
You know what it is Alex, are you the one sending him the messages? He's getting those messages, man. He's doing that thing.
He's you know what? It's funny because on the right day, it could be swipe right, Cliff, swipe right.
Swipe right. That must be a very interesting post you get looking at. Are you doom scrolling?
No, I'm not doom scrolling. I'm headhunting.
Oh, okay. Moving on. At number 5, what do we got? We got ourselves Absolute Batman 2025, the annual
Oh,
number one.
one I approve of.
Yes, the one you approve of. It came out not that long ago. $25 near mints, the last recorded sales value. Most common is $29 now. 265 and 9.8. Trending list goes number 2 CBSI. Not pretty much that's where it is. It's in cover price in the top 20. Didn't make key collector. 7-day, 30-day. Again, another book that just keeps selling. 77 sales within the last 7 days. 282. Hype levels at a medium now. It's cooling down now. It's actually cooling down.
I mean, whatever. It's still my favorite of the bunch.
Come on, you know they came here to hear you say it.
Batman battling bigots. Batman battling bigots.
There you go. See, bam, there it is. Cowabunga, what's up, White Tiger? How you doing? That should be a hash. That's our new hashtag. Triple B. Okay.
It's my favorite kind of Batman. It's my only favorite kind of Batman left.
All right, let's go with number 4 in our list. It goes to Absolute Wonder Woman number 1. Cover A makes the list for DC Comics. $43 near mint, last recorded sales value. $54 is the near mint common fair market value. $198 and 9.8. As far as trending list goes, number 7 for CBSI, number 8 for cover price. 7-day, 30-day, 53 sales in the last 7 days, 132 within the last 30. Hype level of this book is also at a medium, but it's tracking upwards. It's definitely tracking upwards.
Yeah,
Absolute Wonder Woman is getting, as Absolute Batman is, cooling down. I think Absolute Wonder Woman is kind of like taking over.
That's okay, because they're slowly coming to realize she's got the best book of the bunch.
She does have the best book of the bunch. I will agree to that.
Listen, you take her, and it's like, nah, Wonder Woman, you don't get to be raised by the Amazons. You're going to be raised in hell by what would have been your worst enemy. And the thing is like, Diana is still created the same. To our knowledge, Diana is still created the same way she's created in the regular DC.
Yeah,
continuity, right? So that shows that the heart of who she is, what she was imbued with by the gods, shines through regardless of her atmosphere. And we learn about her more and more issue after issue. Like, this character really grows and shines, like story after story.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage is true.
It is true. All right. I personally love the art. I know some people are not a fan of it. I love Hayden Sherman's work. I literally put his name into one. No, Hayden Sherman goes by day, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, it goes by day. It's, to me, I love the artwork of this book. And I love Sherman's work in this book. So I'm good. Look up Dark Spaces. Their work in Dark Spaces is great. So it's a good artist. At number 3, here we go. Absolute Batman 15, the Dragata design variant, which is a Felix Art, limited to 1,000 copies. I've been waiting to talk about this one. This just came out. $380 near mint. Most common, $372 near mint, $867 at a 9.8. It's number 1 in cover price. There was 51 sales in total. Hype levels at a high. Do you know what this book is about?
Other than, like, what? This one we're actually introduced to Absolute Joker, right?
Yes, but that's not what this book is about. This specific book.
Yeah, overhype, market manipulation. Which of the things? Which of my favorite things is this part of? Because it looks like it's part of all of them.
So, the Absolute Joker book, this one here, Absolute Batman 15, the Dakota variant, was a Felix Art drop. So it's one of those retailer drops. It dropped a few days ago. And when it dropped, it sold out in 10 seconds.
Okay.
People
That doesn't seem unusual at all, right, everybody?
So people were in their carts ready to buy the book, and they were told it was sold out. And then almost immediately after, the books were going on sale on eBay at these high prices and selling. You know what it is?
Market manipulation. Yeah, whatever. I don't want to hear it. Get them bots. First of all, have these bots, right? Have you noticed these bots only? Why of all the exclusives did these bots target this exclusive? And if I remember,
wasn't this. No. It's remember a few weeks ago the Daniel Warren Johnson annual cover. It's the same people.
Wasn't that Felix Art as well?
Yes, it was.
Right. So why are the bots targeting only Felix Art? Right. So I'm supposed to not be suspicious in the year of our Lord 2026. Please.
So if you go to Felix Art, and again, I know some of the people at Third Eye Comics, they're good people, but if you go to their site, the reason why the bots are there is because they don't have CAPTCHA.
Okay, like it doesn't take much to do something about that.
Well, do they look like they want to do something about it? Because this is the second drop. Wouldn't you have fixed something in the first drop after the first drop?
What do I know?
It's again $380, 867 and 9.8. Sure, it's 1,000 copies. I get that part. It's 1,000 copies. I get that.
Kilty Corgi says they got a great PR team and they make good-looking covers. I will say that,
and they do a lot. They do a lot of original art. They do great when it comes to original art. But when it comes to these specific books, there is an issue. Yeah, you're right, Alex. They sell out.
Yeah, and they don't care because they're sold out. So what does it matter? They made their money, and they made expensive money.
Yeah, they made their money's worth. But what the reality of it is, what's going on to the point that people that actually want the book are not the ones getting the books. The people that are getting the books are the people that have the bots, and the people that have the bots are reselling those books on eBay
and loving it, apparently,
and making good money off of it.
Apparently,
good money. That's good money. I personally don't like that kind of practice. My personal thoughts of it is more on the lines of, you know what, we got to do something about this botting problem. Some people do something about these body problems. I remember back a few years back, Big Time Collectibles, they had a bot issue. What did they do? They fixed it. Now you could actually buy a book when it drops. My personal thoughts is do something about it. If you don't care, I guess you just don't care. But I honestly believe that this is something that should be handled. You should fix this problem because there are people out there that actually do want to have it. Do people want to spend that kind of money? Nobody wants to spend that kind of money, but seriously, it is a problem that people are sitting with this book in their cart. And once they go to hit that submit, you can't buy it anymore. 10 seconds is a problem.
I love that we can both be fired up about completely different issues, but I am with you on this. I do agree with you because this falls in line with my outrage over, Absolute Batman #1 being price hiked for absolutely no good reason in my eyes. I'm like, but whatever. So like, here we are, Izzy. This is the modern age. Nobody wants to listen. We sell out in seconds. Isn't it great?
How can I get a bot? I want to get a bot.
You can. There's like bot software to get.
There you go. We're gonna have to get the bot software, so we can start selling these books at these prices.
Yeah. Well, I'm like one of the dudes I know.
We'll just do giveaways.
One of the dudes I know that uses bots to get like shoes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like, and then he resells the shoes and like. But you got to be like really on top of it, and you got to keep them updated. And it's just, I don't know, it's very, very frustrating.
Well, it's deceiving practices. I wouldn't do a bot. I'm just kidding with that one, but
yeah, I'm not interested in deceiving practices. I want us all to have a good time.
Yeah, let's go on. let's go with our next one. This was it was number one. Yeah, JSA was number one last. It's right there, number one in cover price. All because of one. It really all happened in one day. All this is from one day. So
dangerous.
Yeah. Number 2 in our list this week goes to another one that we got to talk about, which is Assorted Crisis Events number 1. This book came out for Image Comics last year. $55 near mint is the last recorded sales value. Most common is $40 near mint. $56 9.8. So it's kind of better to get the 9.8 than it is to get the raw. Trending list number 2 for key collector, number 2 for cover price. 7-day, 30-day trend, 51 sales within the last 7 days, 62 within the last 30 days. The hype level is obviously a high for this book. Now, I told you this offline earlier to this afternoon. This book does have a high sale that occurred in the past week for a raw copy of $275. It is absolutely an outlier.
It's
one
right.
sale.
Yeah, exactly.
One sale. Go ahead, Cliff. Share your thoughts on what it is.
Well, I will tell you this. This is a terribly underlooked, phenomenal series because it is all these crisis events, but from the perspectives of the everyday humans who live there. And I think that makes it freaking great. So do I agree with all this price inflation? No, I don't care for that. But this is a great read. Y'all should be checking it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So one of the things that with this book in general is that this book was labeled by many sites as being the best comic book of 2025. As far as reading goes, as far as the read goes, not when it comes to sales value. As far as pure story, people love it. It's an anthology series. Obviously, it's a new series, so it's easy to jump on and things like that. So that's what made this book hot, and really that's what's causing the sales to happen in general. So these 51 sales all occurred within the new year, right? Because all the sites are saying the best comic books of 2025 is Assorted Crisis events, right? However, there is this one outlier sale of 275 that just doesn't really make sense of what it is and how it happened. The book is not worth $275. It just hasn't lived up to that price point yet. If it does, then great. There's no option news. There's nothing to make this book worth that value. So, with that being said, it's a term you love using when you see these things. And what do you call that?
Money laundering.
Gotta wash those sheets, baby. So, yeah, it really falls under that. It is one of those situations where this book, it deserves love, but it's not worth that price. It just isn't. So if you see it out there, pick it up for a good read. You could probably pick up a digital copy. It does have potential to be, it's kind of in the same vein as a Walking Dead in that way, where it's the story of what's going on with these individuals during this crisis that's happening. So it's a perspective, it's the human perspective of how they respond to it. It's happening on the spot and what's going on. So that's this story is all about. So it is a good story. It's a great read. Of course, it's been labeled one of the top reads of the year. And Cliff, dare I say it, we have 50 people watching the show right now. Thank you all for watching. And if you please do me a favor and hit that like button, share this with your friends. Thanks for letting us know that you guys are watching. All right. You ready for number 1? Let's do
number
it.
1, baby. Give me number 1.
Dos mujeres un camino. Anyway, number 1 book for this week goes to what would have been the number 1 book last year, Absolute Wonder Woman 15. This is the Kuyang Eom variant edition. This was a cover C, I believe. It came out not that long, about 2 weeks ago. It is the hottest book. $40 near mint is the last recorded sales value of this book. Most common is $36 near mint, $109 and 9.8. Trending list, number 1 CBSI, number 10 for cover price. 7-day, 30 days, 59 sales within the last 7 days, $339 in the last 30. hype level of this book is high. This could very well be Eon's year. I think we have ourselves a new superstar artist. Now, Eon has already been trending in 2025, but that was just like the starting point. Eon is now here, and this is the book that starts it.
Possibly. By the way, I picked up the last Aquaman Eon cover.
How's that?
In my store, with Aqua Twink and Hawk Twunk. So I jumped on it.
Oh, you okay? It's like we caught the same frog in our throat. It looks like.
I blame the winter.
This would have been the number one book last week. Like, I have the list from last week. I didn't make it happen. Bless you.
Thank you.
Whew. You guys heard it here. It's a gorgeous cover, but it's also, you have Absolute Batman, you have Absolute Wonder Woman, their first meeting. Cover C is a tough book to usually get because a lot of shops, they don't order cover C's. They order cover C's, very small quantities.
In
so
fairness,
they immediately sell out.
In fairness, I find this issue to be hot across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my LCS is completely sold out of this issue.
Oh, yeah. I didn't get a chance to grab it. If I knew about it, I would have grabbed it. But then again, I see.
How did you not know about it? You have one of the Absolute 15s, right?
I have one, but guess what? I do have access to. I have access to the Virgin cover.
Okay, good.
Which, as you can see from this one,
no, Brian, I do not still have copies of Aquaman 12. I got the last Aquaman 12, baby. I grabbed that. I snatched it up.
Now, we added an Eon cover into our Rat Pack. So if you want to be part of the Rat Pack, you can get yourself an Eon cover. So, Cliff, can you zoom me in for a second there?
Of course I can. Wait, can I?
You just did earlier.
Oh, I know, but now the things all changed.
Wasn't it like, anyway, you could do this.
No,
why? Bam. There you go.
No, where did my powers go? I don't like this.
He lost his power.
Yeah.
There's the Eon cover I have right now of Poison Ivy. This is an exclusive Singapore variant with Comic Exposure, Fury Comics. So this is part of the Rat Pack. That's a book that if you could become a member of the Rat Pack, or you could leave a super chat of any size. If you leave a super chat, then it automatically includes you into the monthly box. So if you want to win that, as well as the Punisher by John Jang, which is not even officially out, the pre-sale's tomorrow. So if you don't have a bot, you might not be able to get this one.
That site has a little more swing to it.
Well, it's also a Comic Time exclusive, so. And it's not as exclusive because I think there's multiple groups that are doing it. So I think it's limited to about 3,000 for the Punisher. John Jang comic is awesome. So definitely that's all part of it. But this is I honestly believe this is a gorgeous cover. Eon did a great job. And like I said, Eon has some cover. There's a Lois Lane cover coming out this week as well that people are looking into as well. I'm not sure how people are going to gravitate towards that one. But I do believe that this is Eon's year. Starting off strong. With this one.
Let's see if the Mark Spears effect grabs hold of him.
I don't think it's the same kind of effect because Mark Spears is in a different level. You know what I mean? Because of what Mark Spears does with the monster books. Let's be honest. The Mark Spears effect has a lot to do with the Universal monsters and the fact that he 667 covers last year is a lot. I don't think Eon is going to pull off that many covers, but this could very well be Eon's year. So be on the lookout for Eon and stuff. And there you have it, guys. That's our list. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe to it as well. Yeah, Eon has the Poison Ivy cover. I just showed you the Poison Ivy cover and stuff like that. Which books do you have? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you're watching in the replay, please leave a comment and stay tuned for next week's rankings. With that said, there you go. With that said, it's time to exit this thing out. For those of you that are watching right now, thank you for watching. We currently have about 42 people watching at the show. It's awesome to see you guys. I saw Lana Ling is in the house. I love that name, Lana Ling. That's great.
Give Lana Lang.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Kingdom of Nerds. Yeah, grab those Vampirella covers. Oh yeah, the Vampirella covers were something. I think you will usually start with Vampirella and then you just move your way to the other ones. You know what I'm saying?
Is that that's the progress chain? That's the progress.
Right, that really is. What's up, James? Willie, I don't know if I had a chance to say it. I love you. I love you. Bye. Well, 19 Chohiba. That's how you say it, Chohiba.
No, that's Cohiba. Yes, we saw each other. We saw each other at CliffsCon.
You went to CliffCon?
I went to CliffsCon in Connecticut, run by another Cliff, featuring another Cliff, and the three of us were there. We never formed. I tried so hard. We never formed Voltron.
Oh, I've seen the naughty covers. I haven't. I got to go hunt them down. Apparently, I've seen the naughty cover. I have access to a lot of Eon's work. I've seen plenty. So, with that being said, guys, we're gonna let you go because it's dinner time, and yeah, I gotta have me my dinner. Cliff, say goodbye to the group.
Goodbye, group.
We love you. We'll see you next time. Oh, you know what? Next week we're gonna start. We're gonna bring back. For those of you who don't know, we're bringing back Creator Spotlight, but we're not gonna do a Creator Spotlight. We're gonna spotlight 70s comics. So we're gonna do the top 25 70s comics. We might do the whole list. We'll see how things turn out. So we're gonna have very little headlines unless something crazy comes out. So be on the lookout next week, Tuesday. We're gonna do that. There's some. You know what? I came up with 25. There's so much more, dude.
Oh, you think? Oh, you think?
Oh, I know. It's not think. I know. But I will see you guys at the next one. Until then, make sure you go out to Cover Price. Cliff, you have anything going on today? Or today you're chilling?
I don't know. I might go join Paul in the 619.
All right.
But Cover Price is on in 2 minutes, folks.
Let's be honest. It's always going to be late. They're always late.
Yeah, I know, but the point is, you can join the chat and start the festivities.
I would do the whole thing where we, it just sends you up there, but I'm gonna talk to the guys to do that for you. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Excelsior.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
I think this is it. I think you're about to go home. Okay. All right. Look, thank you.
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 Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I never said thank you.
And you'll never have to.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I guess I'll see you.